Blue lights flashed. Dr. Angela Price sat in her car, hands steady on the wheel. Two officers approached, one already unhooking his handcuffs. "License and registration, and don't get smart," he barked. Angela complied, calm but firm. "I haven't done anything wrong, officer." That was all it took. "Step out, now." The younger cop sneered. "Talking back? You people never learn?" Her heart pounded, not from fear, but fury. As cold metal locked around her wrists, Angela said just one thing. "You might want to run my name before you go any further." They laughed, but 10 minutes later, they wouldn't be laughing anymore. Angela Price wasn't just any woman driving home that evening. She was a Brigadier General in the U.S. Army, one of the youngest ever promoted. Her life was discipline, service, and silence. She'd fought harder than anyone in her class to be taken seriously. That night, she was simply returning from a leadership seminar, still wearing her military ID badge on a lanyard. The stop came out of nowhere, a routine traffic violation, they claimed. But as soon as she rolled down her window, the tone shifted. One officer shone his flashlight in her face and muttered something about attitude. The other chuckled when she asked why she'd been pulled over. Angela knew this wasn't about a signal light. It was about something far older, uglier. She tried to reason with them, to stay calm. But when she refused to watch her tone, the handcuffs came out. The humiliation was complete. An accomplished woman, restrained like a criminal on a street corner under flashing lights. Bystanders filmed. Some shook their heads. No one intervened, and as one officer taunted her, "Bet you will think twice next time you mouth off," Angela quietly smiled, because she knew who she could call. At the precinct, things escalated fast. The officers joked among themselves, treating the arrest like a victory. "She kept saying we'd regret this," one said, laughing. "Yeah, right. Everyone's someone important these days," the other added. Angela sat silently in the holding room, hands folded. Every minute felt like a test, not of power, but of patience. She'd faced enemy fire in war zones, but nothing cut like this, the quiet sting of disrespect in her own country. Finally, she spoke. "May I make one phone call?" "Fine," the desk sergeant grumbled. "One." Angela dialed a number from memory. "Colonel Davis? It's General Price. I've been detained. Yes, right now. Badge number—" The sergeant froze mid-laugh. "Wait, did she say General?" Angela turned to him, voice steady. "I did. And I suggest you check your system before this gets worse." Within minutes, phones started ringing across the station. The captain's office door flew open. "Who brought in a Brigadier General without clearance?" The color drained from the younger cop's face. "She didn't say she was—" "She did! You just didn't listen," the captain snapped. Angela was quietly escorted out. No apologies, just panicked whispers and trembling hands. Outside, her aide and a Pentagon liaison were already waiting. They saluted her. As she walked past the two officers, she stopped. "I've spent 25 years defending this country," she said softly. "The least you could have done is respect it." By morning, the story had exploded. Body cam footage leaked, showing the officers mocking her title, ignoring her warnings, and cuffing her on false charges. National headlines read, "Cops arrest decorated black general. Pentagon responds immediately." The two officers were suspended pending investigation. But behind the scenes, it went further. Their department was placed under federal review, ordered directly by the same woman they'd humiliated. When the police chief called to apologize for the misunderstanding, Angela simply said, "Misunderstanding? No." It was a lesson. A week later, she stood at a press conference, in full uniform. Her ribbons glinted beneath the bright lights. "This wasn't just about me," she began. "It's about every person who has been treated as less because of the color of their skin, even after giving everything for their country." Reporters fell silent. Her words struck deeper than anger. They carried dignity. The officers resigned before their hearings concluded. The department launched new bias training, publicly citing her case. Angela didn't celebrate. She didn't gloat. But as she left the podium, a young black cadet stopped her and said, "Ma'am, because of you, I'm not afraid to wear this uniform." Angela smiled. Sometimes justice doesn't come from rage. It comes from restraint. And that night, the same city that watched her in handcuffs stood up and saluted.